Hello everyone, I am Dr. C.S. Raghuvanshi, Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, FET, Rama University, Kanpur. Today I am in front of you to present a report on a topic bridging gap between academia and industry. So before going in depth or before going to start, I would like to outline the presentation. Very first I will present the objective of this presentation, then I will present some AICT and Indian Express report regarding the interaction, regarding the gap between academia and industry. Then I will explain the reasons behind the gap between academia and industries. Then I will present the gaps, what are the gaps between the academia and industry, and after that I will present some action plan, or I will present some suggestion and recommendations so that we can fill this gap. This is one of the most important things about this presentation, ki at the last I will summarize this presentation by offering some action plan or by some recommendation and suggestion so that we can easily fill this gap. Yeah, I am very much clear that it is not possible for anyone to fill the gap between this academia industry, but by efforts we can minimize the gap. Yeah, it is clear we can't remove, but we can minimize the gap. So I will try my best to present you a report that will help you a lot to fill the gap between academia and industry. So now I am starting our today's presentation by objective. The objective of today's presentation is to find out the reasons. What are the reasons behind the gap between academia and industry? And at last I will present some action plan also so that we can fill the gap. So before going in depth, I would like to present you one report of AICTE, that is the apex body of technical education in India, All India Council of Technical Education, and I will explain one more report presented by the Indian Express in 2017. So according to the AICTE stated in 2015 that there are more than 3,000 engineering college in India and more than 16 lakhs students are getting their engineering degree every year. What happened? Only 7% out of 16 lakh students are employable. That is horrible. Means 16 lakh students are getting their degree every year in engineering discipline only, and only 7% out of them are employable. Means only 7% students are having enough skills, enough talent and enough technical knowledge so that he or she can get a job in an industry. This is very small numbers in comparison to 16 lakhs. 7% is very enough, and this is the thing that we are because of that we are stressing on the topic bridging gap between academia and the industry. And according to the Indian Express reports in 2016, the situation is not good, and the report is saying what? 8 lakh students are getting graduate in 2016 and only 50% are getting job. Means getting job, they are not getting a job of their dreams, they are not getting a job of their discipline, they are getting simply a job. Means engineering students are getting a job of non-engineering profile, means, but they are only less than 50% students are getting job. And according to Indian Express report, the same situation happened to the IITs, NITs college also. Means more than 40% students are unemployable in IITs also. Means what happened? In top engineering institution of our country, more than 50% students are not getting job, just because of that gap between academia and industry. Means what we are teaching is not relevant to the industry needs, is not relevant to the industry demands. So this is the right time just to discuss and analyze and study about the gap between academia and industry. According to my point of view, the main reason behind this gap is to lack of an updated curriculum. Means in institutions we are teaching the curriculum that is not relevant to the current demands of the industry. So I request every institutions, you should update your curriculum according to the needs, current demands of the industry. We should not teach the outdated syllabus to the students. And the second reason is focused on the theoretical approach. In most of the educational institutions, teachers are focused to teach only the theoretical aspect. They are not very much concerned about the practical aspect. So I think we should focus on the practical approach of teaching, and we should give 80% time to the practical and 20% time to the theory. But what happened right now, we are focusing 80% on the theoretical things, and we are less focused, at least 20% time given to the practical approach. So the main reason behind the gapping is that more focused on theoretical aspect, not focused on the practical aspect. We should change this scenario. The next reason behind the gapping is no proper linkage between academia and industry. So the main thing, there is a no proper interface between the industry and the academia. Academia is busy in teaching to the student in isolation. It is not concerned, it is not connected. There is no interface between the industry and the academia, so that academia can get the input, what is happening, what is in demand in the industry. So we should change our teaching pedagogy, and we should change our curriculum. So what we should do, we should create a interface between the academia and the industry, so that they can interact with each other and can understand the needs of industry or update the syllabus accordingly. Next, one of the most important reason, students who are taking admission in engineering, who are taking admission in professional courses, who are taking admission in the technical courses, are not very much clear about his or her vision. Suppose I am the student, I am not clear about my vision, what we have to do in future, what I want to be, and where I want to be work in industry. I am not clear about my dream, I am not clear about my vision, what should I have to do for getting my dream job. If students are not clear about his vision, what he should do for getting the job. This is the very important things. Student must be clear about their vision, about their dreams, about their destination. So these are the basic things that are the reasons between the gap academia and industry. First one, outdated syllabus we are teaching to the students. We are focusing on theoretical approach, not practical approach. There is a no linkage, no interface between the academia and industry. And the next one is students are not clear about their vision. So these are the reasons behind the gap between academia and industry. Now I am presenting the solution, I am presenting the action plan, I am presenting some recommendation and suggestion, so that we can fill this gap, or we can minimize the gap, not remove the gap. But removing the gap is not possible, but minimizing the gap is in our head. Now I am presenting some action plan or suggestion, so that we can minimize the gap between the academia and industry. So the first thing that we should do at the time of admission, suppose some students are coming to me and are asking, sir, I want to take an admission in engineering. So very first we should give the preference to the student who have desired to work as an engineer, who have the desire, who have dream of becoming an engineer. So very first thing we should offer admission to the student who are having desire, who are having dreams of working as an engineer only. The second thing that we should check, the student taking admission in engineering, taking admission in some technical courses, taking admission in some professional courses, are having some reasoning and logical ability also. Because we should offer admission only to the people who are having some problem solving skill, who are having some reasoning and analytical skills, because it is must and mandatory to the students who are taking admission in technical institution. So very first thing that we should do, we should offer engineering only to the student who work as an engineer and who are having some logic, problem solving skills, analytical skills and problem solving skills. The second thing, the student must have good communication skills, because we know that after doing the engineering, the student will work in a global market and compete in a global market. That time he or she must have a good communication skills. So we offer the engineering to the students who are good communication skills and who are having good command over the English language, because he must be fluent in speaking only, because we have to work in a global market. That time it is essential for everyone to speak at least in English with good communication skills. The second thing, a student must be very hardworking, because many of the students, I think, taking admission in just because that they will have a very luxurious life after doing the engineering. They will sit in a AC rooms and luxury offices. This is not a true. The job of engineering is not so easy, is not so luxurious. So student must be very clear before taking the admission that we are going to take a admission in engineering, means we should be ready for doing hard. Next, the institute must teach the updated syllabus. There is no way that institute are busy in teaching to the outdated syllabus and the syllabus that is not relevant to the industry need. So what should do? We should update our syllabus, we should update our curriculum and contents according to the industry need. So there must be a separate cell in the institution that is in connection with the industry, so that we can easily observe and supervise the need of the industry, and accordingly we should update our syllabus. So updated syllabus is the key to fill the gap between the academia and industry. The next one is industrial training. Yeah, we can update our syllabus according to our needs. We can do whatever we want to fill this gap, but there are some chances that we cannot fill by sitting in the institutions. So for this gap, what we should do? We should offer the industrial training and the internship to the student during the degree, during the academic programs. So what we should do? We should offer some, or it must be mandatory to all the students to take part, to complete their industrial training. At least 6 to 8 weeks industrial training must be mandatory for all the students, so that they can learn the practicals, and so that they can understand the reality of the industry. So the industrial training, the provision of industrial training is mandatory to fill this gap, and may help a lot to fill the gap between the academia and the industry. And one more thing that I want to tell, the institutions should organize very frequently some workshop and symposium and some hands-on to the students by the industry personnel. It is not possible for all students to go very frequently in the industry, to the industry. They can do the industrial training for 6 weeks, 8 weeks, not more than that. What institute can do? What we can organize the workshop, symposium in our institutions by the industry personnel, so that student can interact with the person who are working in the industry, can ask their queries, can understand what happened in the industry and their need also. One more thing, most important thing is the PD classes. It is not possible to give the admission only to the students who are good in English, who are having the good communication skills. But some of the students are from the Hindi medium, and some of the students are from the very poor background, or we can say not from the metro city. So we should offer some personality development classes to the students, so that they can groom themselves, so they can improve their communication skills, they can speak in English. So the personality development classes is one of the best things, so that student can groom ourselves according to the needs of the global market. This is all about the bridging the gap between the academia and industry. So now I conclude my presentation by saying that bridging gap between academia and industry is not only the part of the institutions, is not only the part of the industry. We should come forward, and institute and industry should work together to fill this gap, and must create some interface, so that both can interact to each other, can understand the needs of each other, or in order to fill this gap, and a student can get a better opportunity in industry. Thank you very much.